If you use AI, whether professionally or casually, then you can't escape the concept of prompting, which has graduated to become prompt engineering. Now, most people think you just write the text or some instructions to AI and then you get the best returns, but that is actually not the case. There is a systematic way to do prompting which gives you the best results. Take, for example, two people can ask the same question to, let's say, Gemini, which is my favorite AI tool and has been since the days of Google Bard, and they're going to get two different responses. And what's the difference? It's the prompt they gave. Now, if you come to this cloud.google.com/discover what is prompt engineering, you're going to get an overview of what prompt engineering is all about. Now, let's see. It tells us prompt engineering overview, the rise of large language models and all of that. Now, let's focus on this particular portion, which is what is prompt engineering. It says prompt engineering is the art and science of designing and optimizing prompts to guide AI models, particularly large language models, towards generating the desired response. By carefully crafting prompts, you provide the model with context, instructions, and examples. Mind you, context, instructions, and examples that help it understand your intent and respond in a meaningful way. So, context, instructions, and examples. Most people focus on instructions but don't give it context. I'm going to show you a practical example on a document which I created. To dive deeper into the world of prompt design, it's applicable. Check this document. Now we can open this document, but I think it may be a diversion away from this. Let's just focus here first. And it says, what is a prompt for AI? Of course, we've talked about the context. So what do you need for prompt engineering? Number one, you need a prompt format. Number two, you need context and examples. So the prompt format, it describes the structure and style of your prompt, which plays a significant role in guiding the AI's response. So we also need fine-tuning and adapting. Fine-tuning the AI model on specific tasks or domains using tailored prompts can enhance its performance. Then multi-turn conversations. Designing prompts for multi-turn conversations allows users to engage in continuous and context-aware interactions with the AI model. This simply means giving it the leeway to ask you questions when it's in doubt. So telling it, if you need this, ask and I'm going to provide. So there are different types of prompts. The first you see is direct prompts, which is zero shots, and it involves providing the model with a direct instruction or question without any additional context or example. There is a one, few, or multi-shot prompt. It involves providing the model with one or more examples of desired input-output pairs before presenting the actual prompt. This can help the model better understand. So you're giving it an example. Then there's a chain of thought prompt, or COT. Prompting encourages the model to break down complex reasoning into a series of intermediate steps, leading to a more comprehensive and well-structured output. And then there's a zero-shot prompt. It combines chain of thought prompting with zero-shot prompting by asking the model to perform reasoning steps, which may often produce better output. So let's look at some use cases before I give you a practical example of what I did. So here are some specific examples. So for, let's say the scenario is creative writing, and here's the instruction. Craft prompts that specify genre, tone, style, and plot points to guide the AI in generating engaging narratives. Here's an example. Write a short story about a young woman who discovers a magical portal in her attic. So this is a very brief creative prompt. Let's look at summarization. That's another scenario. Provide the AI with text and instructions and instruct it to generate concise summaries that capture key information. For example, summarize the main points of the following news article on climate change. Another scenario is translation, which is self-explanatory. And then there's a dialogue, which is a case in point is, now this is language and text generation. A case in point is design prompts that simulate conversations, allowing the AI to generate responses that mimic human interaction and maintain context. You are a friendly chatbot helping users troubleshoot their computer problems. Respond to the user's query. My computer won't turn on. So this is a dialogue. It's a giving an answer, a human question rather, and to provide an answer. Now, if we look at other scenarios like open-ended questions, take, for example, explain the concept of quantum computing and its potential impact on the future of technology. And then you have specific questions, multiple choice questions, hypothetical questions, and all of that. Then when we go to code generation, you have code completion. Here you are providing the AI with a partial code snippet and prompt it to suggest or complete the remaining code. Say, for example, write the Python function to calculate the factorial of a given number. Then you have code translation, you have code optimization, you have code debugging. I think here there should be actual code generation itself. Then you have image generation and all of that. So I want to come to this document because this is an actual case which I did. So I wanted to create a Google Gemini gem for my business. So I broke it down into 4 very, very specific tasks. Take, for example, I gave it the persona, I gave it the task, I gave it the context, and I gave it the format. So for the persona, you can see here, you are a marketing copywriter and YouTube SEO specialist. Your tone should be knowledgeable, encouraging, and slightly informal, like a helpful mentor. You are writing for aspiring tech and AI enthusiasts and techpreneurs who feel overwhelmed by online business. So this is the persona. It could be a copywriter, it could be an IT specialist, it could be a tech support specialist. When you give it a persona, what happens is that it takes on that cloak. It puts on the garment of a copywriter or a YouTube SEO specialist or a first grade teacher or a 10th grade teacher or whatever it is. And then here's a task. Create a keyword-rich YouTube description. The primary goal is to drive clicks to the link in description by highlighting the value of the call to action. Now, this is a very, very specific task and it gives details. So create a keyword-rich YouTube description. And the explanation is that the primary goal is to drive clicks. This is now the intent. So the task must go with the intent. And then there is also the context. I will provide you with the main keywords. You have to ask me. Now, this is the dialogue which we read about in the document, the dialogue. So you are prompting it to ask you for specific things. I'll provide you with a title. You have to ask me. I'll provide it with an audience, with a target audience. You have to ask me. I'll provide with the target region. You have to ask me. So this is, you're giving it the leeway to dialogue with you. And then the format. Just ask me for the CTA link that is to be promoted. Here is an example of the format to model your description on. Always start and end with the CTA link. Focus on being keyword rich, related to the title and description. Take, for example, I give you this example. Learn how to use AI with this SEO, with this step-by-step beginner tutorial. This is actually supposed to come at the end. At the end here, somewhere, but I'll leave it there. And then, so I give it a sample title. And then this is the follow-up of the description. And then it has to add the link to my website on every description. If you don't want to be left behind in the AI race, or you don't want to be made redundant by AI and robots, then this video is absolutely for you. And then here's what you're going to learn. Basic AI tools, choosing the right tools in an ocean of tools, creating content with AI, creating SaaS tools using AI, monetizing AI. This is the foundation for building a career in artificial intelligence that will stand the storm of AI industry destruction. And then I give it a sample timestamp. This now, all of this is because the prompt is to create a YouTube description. And I was actually creating a YouTube description too using Google Gemini Gems. And then don't forget to like this video, subscribe and all of that. And then it has to provide comma separated hashtags. I'm going to use this when uploading the video on YouTube. The YouTube hashtag section, I'm going to put this. And then these hashtags with the pound symbol, these are going to be on this description here. And then I give it warnings. So that is a summary of it. The main points you should remember is the persona, the task, the context, and the format. That is the key to being a master prompter. If you found any value in this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn on the notification bell. And if you have any comment, please post that in the comment section and I'll answer you ASAP.